These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Hey weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And this is a regularly scheduled Morbid. It's so crazy. It feels a little weird to just have to be recording with you.
I know. It's weird. I hope everybody's dug our crazy amounts of collabs that we've been shoving down your throats.
Honestly, it's been so much fun to get to like make podcasts with other podcasters. I feel like it's been so cool.
I have loved it. It has been a blast. Yeah, it truly has. Like the collab with That's Spooky was so fun.
If you haven't listened to that yet, I know like movie reviews aren't everybody's thing, but I really have to say that was a really good one, and it was such a fun time.
And by the looks of it, even because I was a little like, I don't know if everybody's gonna love it because it's a movie review. Some people don't like that. Seems like it's gotten positive reviews across the board. So even if you don't think you're gonna be into it, give it a shot because the guys from That Spooky are to die for.
And if you haven't listened to their podcast, you have to go listen to That Spooky.
Exactly. It's going to make you want to run right over. I've seen a lot of people be like, I'm going and subscribing to them right now because that's how great they were.
And we have a lot of the same listeners, which I didn't really realize before.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people were like, oh my God, my 2 favorite podcasts. So
and I love that. That
was
warmed
cool.
my heart.
And then Alaina got to do her dream collab.
Guys, I got to collab with Billy fucking Jensen.
So insane.
It's still blowing my mind that happened. It truly is.
That was a lot of fun. Billy Jensen is probably one of the smartest people I've ever been in a chat room with, I would say. I was so quiet that whole episode because I was so nervous. I was like, I don't want Billy Jensen to think that I'm an idiot.
Well, you probably just let me like
Well, yeah, and I wanted you to shine.
On my fangirl rampage that I went on. And it's so funny because a lot of people were like, which I really appreciate, by the way. A lot of people were like, Alaina, like, I was so happy for you. And then they were like, and a couple people were like, I know you must have been fangirling so hard, but it didn't come off that way, just so you know.
Dude.
Which I was like, guys, that is the greatest compliment you've ever given me. Because inside my soul, I was like a fool. So.
No, I totally get that. You did a really good job, because I was like, obviously we're not in the same room anymore, but I was looking at you and I was like, she doesn't even look nervous, this bitch. I was like, I feel like I look more nervous. I'm like hiding, like and then I last week was over at Horror Soup filling in for Bree, who was feeling much better this week, so they're going to be back to their regular recordings. But Caleb and I did a movie review, or like what's it called, a movie when you like say what the movie was about.
Oh, like a recap?
Yeah, recap. Thank you. I was like, my
what?
Brain is mush.
Well, and it was a good one because it is going with what our episode is going to be for today.
Yes, today Alaina has gathered for you some information, probably the most information about John Wayne Gacy.
That's right.
I'm like not ready for this.
I don't think anybody is. Nobody's really ready for John Wayne Gacy. You just kind of like, oh, okay, here he comes.
Yeah. I have a very cool piece of information that I'm going to share like right before we start talking about John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, yeah, I know this piece of information. It's awesome.
It's so crazy and wild.
But this is going to be a multi-parter, probably 2 parts, actually, from when I was looking through everything. So this will be part 1, and it's pretty gnarly at times, so just putting that out there, that it can get a little rough, and there's a lot of talk of like sexual assaults, mainly on teenage boys, so if, you know, just so you know, that's coming.
Well, and one of my biggest fears is clowns, and so this really is going to be a wild ride for me.
Yeah, because he's not a good clown.
Not a good clown. Yeah, I'm afraid of bad clowns, not like good clowns.
Yeah.
There's good clowns.
There is.
So, and we have one more collab coming up next week. And
guys,
we can't say who this person is yet. I mean, we could if we wanted to, but it'll be more fun to not say.
It was, because it was fun to do the Billy Jensen reveal, so I think it's fun to tease this one out too.
This one is one of my dream guests. I think this is going to be such a fun episode, and you'll just have to wait until next week, but you can write your guesses in who you think it is.
Yeah, when we post the Instagram for this episode, we will make sure to put underneath it, like, take your guesses so you can throw them out there, because it was actually kind of funny that a few people did guess Billy Jensen for us.
Yeah, a good amount of people did, for sure.
But then some people guessed that it was going to be John.
That will never happen. As much as we want that to happen, it's just, you're never going to get it.
I hope, but, you know, I'll hold out hope.
Never gonna
In fact,
get
some
it.
people thought it was John. Actually, one person, I shouldn't say some people, one person thought it was John.
That's awesome.
Which is adorable. And no, it wasn't.
That's a good compliment.
It is, yeah.
I love that. Well, we need to shout out our shows. I don't really know if it's a shout out, but it's an announcement.
Shouting out the shows.
Some of these probably aren't going to happen. We don't know which ones are going to be postponed, but we just have to say them the way that they are.
We're just rolling with it as it comes. So make sure you keep listening to the latest updates.
Yeah, I'm assuming these first 2 will probably be rescheduled, and we'll let you know when that happens. But for now, June 2nd, we are supposed to be at the Good Nights Comedy Club in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, we will see you sometime.
June 3rd at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte, North Carolina.
You too, Charlotte. We're coming for you at some point.
This one's gotta happen. October 11th at Talia Hall in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Come on, October. COVID's gonna be long gone by October.
Totally 100%. And that's actually 2 shows in one day, one night. Then July 8th is going to be at the Comedy Works South in Greenwood Village, Colorado.
Colorado, I feel good about it.
Oh, I want to go to Colorado so badly. I love it.
I mean,
there.
we will, no matter what. It's just a matter if it's going to happen when it's scheduled or not.
Mm-hmm, yep. Hopefully this one is still going to happen July 11th at the Wilbur Theater.
The Wilbur needs to happen. And I'm
Boston.
starting to get nervous that it's going to have to be pushed. I mean, if it does get pushed, it'll still happen. So, like, everybody, let's all hold hands and hope.
All these shows that are going to get postponed, still buy tickets anyway, because no matter what, we want to get these postponed, so you'll just have tickets anyway.
Exactly. So make sure you're getting the tickets because, like Ash said, it's going to happen, so your tickets will transfer. And we want to make sure we're selling, a lot of tickets for these places so that we can keep doing this. So the more you buy, the more we get to do this.
Then on August 11th, we have Philadelphia at the Punchline Comedy Club.
I can't wait to go to Philadelphia.
Philly's going to be fun. Going to get me a cheesesteak. You're going to ring the Liberty Bell.
Yeah, and we were all ready for Philadelphia, so I need Philadelphia now because the day that it was supposed to be, we were both like, "Aw,
yeah, that was a really sad day." I think I ate a pint of Ben and Jerry's that day. I'm not even lying. I mean, that's just like any other day too, but I was sad.
But it was for Philadelphia.
It was sad, Ben and Jerry's. September 16th, we're supposed to be in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Improv.
D.C. Improv, we're going to see you in your monuments.
Mm-hmm. September 23rd, Nashville, Tennessee. 2 shows at Zanies.
Zanies. We are very excited for you.
Zanies is supposed to be a really cool venue, so I'm stoked. These are all really cool venues. And then last but not least is Huntsville, Alabama at Stand Up Live. That's going to be September 24th.
Alabama, Roll Tide, War Eagle, all that good stuff. We're going to see you.
We're going to see you.
We are.
All these shows are going to be great, but do you know what's even greater than live shows?
What's greater than the live shows?
Patreons.
Patreon.
There's like such a huge like bloof in my recording. It's like Patreon. So we're not going to make any more excuses. It's time to shout you out. It's time to get it together.
Yes. And we're rolling out some big stuff on Patreon in the coming, next couple weeks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're working with our team. They have a lot of good ideas. Everybody has great ideas, and everyone is so helpful. It's
been all hands on deck, and we start with getting back on our shout-out train, and more fun things will come after that, and you'll be seeing it in the beginning of May.
Yes. For today, these are newer Patreons because I need to figure out how to go back and figure out everybody that we've already named. So older ones will be named. These are just newer ones this week, but don't be upset if you don't hear your name. You're going to hear it, I promise.
You are.
So number 1 is Jessica B. Lily Cox. Amanda Dale. Thank you so much.
Amanda Dale.
Then we have Jen Barker.
And
And then Maddie Moen.
Megan Thomas.
Tony Grady.
We've
We've got 2 Madonnas coming up. We have Corey. And Katie.
So hot right now.
Oh my god, sorry, 3 Madonnas. Last but not least for this week, Alicia. So hot right now.
So hot right now.
Do you remember when we used to say that? I was listening through old episodes today and I was like, oh my god, little babies with horrible audio.
You know what, Patronuses? We love you so much and we appreciate every single one of you.
We really
do. Been the best ever. We could not do this without you.
No.
Legitimately.
No, not at all. So we're going to be shouting out 10 Patreons per episode, and we're going to do it every episode right after we announce our shows.
Yay!
So without further ado, since this is going to be a longer intro than you're used to, let's crack into the case.
All right, so we're going to start it off by setting kind of a grim scene here.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to say my thing really quick. Other night at dinner, Annie's dad was like, we were talking about serial killers as one does at dinner, and Annie's dad grew up in Chicago and knew one of John Wayne Gacy's victims.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
He was like, yeah, he just disappeared one day and nobody knew where he went.
Wow.
So
that's bonkers.
That's my cool doodad.
I love that he's just like, yeah. It was just a thing that I knew.
Yeah, he said it so casually. I was like, okay.
Like, shit.
Okay, Joe.
Well, shit. Like, all right. Well, this is where it's going to get real grim.
Awesome.
On December 22nd, 1978, John Wayne Gacy confessed to 33 or possibly 34 murders of young teenage boys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
He's very prolific. He said it was done over a period of about 7 years, and he drew the investigators a map of the locations of 29 of the bodies, which were in a crawl space under his house and in his garage.
That is so wild to me that they were all in his home, essentially.
Oh, yeah, he ran out of room at one point.
Yeah.
He had so many. The 4 or 5 others that he said that he couldn't fit in the crawl space or in the garage because he was like, I literally ran out of room.
Right.
He threw their bodies into the Des Plaines River.
Ugh, hate that.
When he confessed, he said, quote, there are 4 Johns, meaning 4 of himself. He said, there's John the contractor, John the clown, and John the politician. The 4th John, which he called Jack, was the killer, and he said he did evil things.
But, like, it's you, John.
For sure.
Okay.
It is definitely you, John. It's very weird to refer to this man as John, and I
yeah,
kept
that must
writing
be really weird for you. I'm
Yeah.
really sorry.
I kept writing John, and then I switched to calling him Gacy because I was like, I can't call him John anymore. This
Yeah,
is
I
too
don't
weird.
blame you. I was gonna say, I guess we could
Yeah.
just call him Jack if you wanted to.
Yeah, he's gonna be Gacy from here on out.
I'm into it.
So Gacy's methods include his infamous handcuff trick, and I'm going to get into these later in more detail. A system he called the rack, which was a wooden plank with holes for a head and hands to be placed in, and this was a plank attached to the ceiling of his basement by chains.
Yeah, they show that in the Gacy movie that Caleb and I covered, and
Yep.
it was real disturbing.
It's very unpleasant.
Mm.
Once these boys were handcuffed or in this rack, they were tortured with various items. He was
Oh,
definitely
God.
a torturer.
Yeah.
Mostly he used sex toys, dildos mostly, and things that Gacy improvised into dildos.
Okay.
This is real rough, so
This is gonna be a lot like the toy box
Warning.
murder for me.
a little bit, yeah. And this one's real rough, so just everybody hang on. So when they went into his home, when they caught him, they found a ton of things. They found a lot of these things that he used to torture boys. They also found a 2-foot-long dildo in the insulation of his crawl space, and 18 inches of that was covered in blood and other substances.
Oh my God.
18
Ew.
inches.
That's horrific.
His methods of dispatching these boys in the end, after hours of torture and rape, were to either stab them or use a homemade garrote and slowly strangle them to death.
Oh my God. So they were just tortured from beginning to
tortured
end.
from beginning. And most of the time, these boys would lay dying for hours before finally dying.
Did he actually like try to like drown people in his bathtub? Like, did he mess with them that way, or was that fake in the movie?
From what I've read, he did like to do stuff like that. I don't know
Okay.
exactly. It's not exactly like, he also was alone in his house for a lot of these times. Like,
Yeah.
we'll get to it eventually. He divorces his wife and ends up living in the home alone, which is when he really went like ham.
Ramps up.
Yeah. So John Wayne Gacy was born on March 17th, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
He was the second of 3 children, and he was the only boy. He was born to John Stanley Gacy and Marion Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
John was physically and verbally abused by his father his entire life.
Yeah.
Like, as the only boy, and as we'll see, John had a lot of issues, or Gacy had a lot of issues. So his father kind of like really picked on him, like honed down on, and his father was literally a piece of shit. Like, his father is the worst. He was an aggressive, abusive alcoholic.
Oh, that's awful.
John was his only boy, and he was a toxic masculinity kind of dad. So John didn't really live up to that ideal for him.
Right.
Because John didn't like sports. He wasn't very tough. He didn't like things like fishing and stuff like, things that like, are supposed to be like gender normative for boys,
Right,
like he didn't really like that stuff. And as we'll see, he had a lot of physical issues and health issues that kind of stopped him from liking a lot of these things, which are not his fault.
That's the thing.
But the reason I put his confession, what he confessed to, and the shit he did first in this, is that you won't feel sympathy for him.
Yeah.
When I discuss like how shitty his father was, because do I think his father had a hand in creating who he was? Yeah,
100%.
I do. Do I think it's totally a nurture thing? No, because I don't think one or the other takes precedence. I think it's a combination of both.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. But I don't want anyone to feel bad for him because there are points when you might be like, Jesus Christ, this poor kid.
Well, and it's human nature to want to feel bad for somebody that's going through something like this. But then it's like you have to look at what they did with their life. And it's like,
and it's like, and you can look at it when he's a child and go, that poor child. Because John Wayne Gacy as a child is not John Wayne Gacy, the killer.
The murderer, right.
So it's like you can definitely look at it and be like, that poor kid. Like, that's sad. But just remember that what he became was his choice. He decided 100%. To be who he was. So he was a toxic masculinity kind of dad. He constantly called him like homophobic names, called him a girl all the time.
It's like, come on.
Yeah, it's just all that shit. And again, this is like a long time ago, and it really
that was
the
like
idea.
A thing.
Yeah, exactly. It just wasn't ever going to be accepted for him to be anything less than this like macho guy. John, like many kids that are abused, became obsessed with gaining his father's approval.
That's really sad.
Which is a very common thing with abused kids, is no matter how, like you see it in the Gabriel Hernandez case.
Which we're never covering, right?
An awful case. I don't know if I'll be able to cover that case.
I don't think I could sit through that.
But he was, even up till the very end, he was writing, "I love you, Mom." You know what I mean? Like, this is what abused kids are always going to look for, that, because all they want is that moment of like showing love.
Because you brought them into the world. It's like,
yeah,
that's what they're there for.
To like want your approval and your love, and you're supposed to be hardwired to give it to them, but some people aren't.
Yep.
So John claims to have been sexually abused by several people in his youth. One incident, he says, was in 1946 when a mentally challenged 15-year-old girl brought a then 4-year-old John into a field and molested him.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So 1949, when he was about 7, he was molested by a man who was a family friend, a contractor. He would take John for rides in his truck and have him help him on jobs, but he also sexually abused him.
Right.
And he said he would like sit in the car and he would like reach over and grab him. Like, and he said he used to dread when this guy would come over because he never wanted to take rides with him, but he would do it just to please everybody.
Well, and his dad was probably going to get fucking mad at him if he didn't.
Exactly, because, and he never told his parents about what was going on because he was afraid his dad was going to blame him for it. When John was around 6 years old, he started stealing his mother's underwear.
That's interesting.
It's interesting because he said he liked the feeling of it.
Okay.
And later they would find bags of this underwear buried in the backyard or under the house.
That almost reminds me of BTK, because didn't he write about like liking his mom's nightgown or something like that?
He did, yeah. And he liked the feel of it and everything. And there's a lot of little snippets that will remind you of fucking Dennis in this whole thing. Fucking Dennis. And there are a couple of times when I'm like, like they were slightly similar, which is interesting. Similar in some ways, not in all ways. But this is also important because later a lot of his victims were found with their underwear stuffed deep in their throats.
Oh, that's horrible.
So it's a very odd like connection here. Later, when he was around 12 years old, a similar incident occurred that, like, you know, his mom was missing underwear. She was like, what is going on? She found the underwear like in his possession somehow. And then basically what she told him was like, I'm going to make you wear this underwear if you like it so much.
Oh, that's probably not the best way of handling that.
It's never, when you're like, it's never going to force your child to wear anything like that. You know, like forcing your child to wear something for their own for your own entertainment or their humiliation is fucked.
Yeah, that's
like,
how
real fucked.
That's how you mess somebody up.
Yeah, exactly. Now in the book, which is a good book about this case called Buried Dreams Inside the Mind of John Wayne Gacy by Tim Cahill, John Wayne Gacy's mother explained an event that pretty much describes his father to a T. It'll tell you everything you need to know about his father. So when John was only 2.5 years old, his younger sister Karen was 3 weeks old, and his older sister Joanne was 4. All little kids.
Yeah.
They were sitting at the table eating dinner as a family when all of a sudden, for literally no reason at all, John Sr. exploded. He threw a handful of food directly in his wife's face.
Oh my God.
And then punched her square in the face.
Just out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere. She says, quote, and this is his mother speaking, quote, "He hit me square in the face and knocked my bridge out. I was all blood. I ran out. I got away." And she said the kids were all screaming. She ran into the street, fell down. A neighbor ran to her and called the police and was screaming at John Sr. not to touch her.
Yeah.
So John Sr. goes stomping in the house past his screaming, traumatized children.
Oh, no.
Grabbed a handgun and left. And just left.
Okay.
So she took her kids and went to her sister-in-law's house for a few days. Later, they went home and he showed up to a freshly made dinner by the mother, and everything just went back to normal. They never discussed it.
What?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
And it's like, so you have a 3-week-old, a 2.5-year-old, and a 4-year-old, and you get up and literally punch their mother in the face in front of them? Like,
and then you have
what?
no consequences to face?
And your children are all, these babies that are all around you are screaming in terror, and you just run out of the house with a gun, and then have no...
And then a couple weeks later, everything's fine?
Yeah. And he comes home to a homemade meal, sits down, and eats his meal.
It's like, what did and those kids obviously learned, like, that's love. This is. Yep.
Yeah, that's what a relationship is. That's exactly what they're all probably thinking. This is what, because look, nothing happened. They just went back to what they were.
Right.
Now, interestingly, when he was 10 years old, they moved into a new home, and this one had a big basement.
Oh.
That basement became his father's cave. Like, his father was obsessed with this basement. He was down there all the time. He wouldn't allow any of them to come down there. He locked the door to the basement so they couldn't come down.
So it's not your typical man cave, I feel.
No. Like, if somebody needed to go down there, if, like, a fuse blew or something, they had to wait for him to come home to go down there.
Do we find out what's down there?
They weren't allowed. No, you don't, actually. Nobody knows what was down there.
What the fuck?
But it's like you see this connection that later comes out where all of Gacy's victims end up in a basement or a crawl space of some sort. Like,
yep.
And so the father would stay down in his basement a ton. And sometimes they would have to wait for him to eat dinner. Like, he would be down there and they'd all be sitting at the dinner table. No one could touch their dinner or start eating without him. And if they called him up to be like, hey, dinner's ready, he would come up and flip out and, like, beat the shit out of somebody.
Oh, typical Sunday dinner.
He's a literal monster.
Like, what is this dude's issue?
Yeah, I don't understand people like that. But, so John Gacy was John Gacy Jr., we'll say, was diagnosed with a congenital heart condition.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't do a lot of physical activity, like I said. And this is when he started gaining a lot of weight.
Okay.
Because he wasn't able to do any activities. He was just kind of eating, like he was like the apple of his mom's eye. He was, by all accounts, very close to his mother and very close to his sisters.
Okay.
And his sisters will say, like, he was an amazing brother. We loved him.
Well, that's good.
And it's strange.
It's like Dennis. It's like he was able to have a daughter and a wife, and they were like, what the fuck, when they found out what he did.
Exactly. And there were times that they both said, like, he could be, like, the daughter and the children will be like, he was a great father at times. Like, it's just very weird.
Mm-hmm. No, it really is.
That they can just, like, they
turn it on and shut it back off.
Yeah, like, they can, it's very odd. Like,
well, it's like he says, like, there's 4 Johns. I mean, there is, I guess.
And apparently there is another one. So at age 11, he started having these weird blackouts.
Okay.
And nobody knows what they are, so he ends up being hospitalized for them. The doctors couldn't figure out what was going on, had a ton of trouble diagnosing him. Mm-hmm. But he kept going in and out of the hospital, and his father was thinking he was faking it, like being dramatic.
Oh, that's nice.
But it's like, no, he's going unconscious and blacking out.
You can't really fake that.
Yeah, like you can't fake that. So what they ended up finding out eventually was he was diagnosed with some kind of congenital heart condition. I was saying decision. And this congenital heart condition, I can't. Why do I keep going to say?
Because I feel like you're going to say disease and then you say condition, so it turns into decision.
Yeah. So it's both.
You're like, it was a decision.
It was a decision that he made. This congenital heart disease or condition.
There you go.
Nobody knows exactly what it was. I can't find it anywhere. But it sounds like it's probably like an arrhythmia of some kind if he's fainting and blacking out, because that can cause that a lot.
Gotcha.
But that's just me speculating. That's not me saying it from anything.
Well, you're smart, so you probably know.
Yeah, you know. But so he couldn't do a lot of physical activity because he couldn't get his heart going a lot because it was dangerous. That was when he would black out. So this is when he started gaining a lot of weight, and he started being seen as weak. His father's kind of taking this as like, you're a sissy, you're a girl, you can't do, you're not what I need you to be.
Which is rude because, like, for one thing, it's rude, and then another thing is girls can do a lot of things, Mr. Gacy Sr.
Of course they can.
Yeah, doucher.
And this is when he started getting bullied a lot at school, too. Like, he was just not having a good time. And eventually, 5 years into this heart condition, these blackouts, they were having trouble getting them under control. Like, they were trying to figure out what they could do here. He kept getting hospitalized for them. The doctors finally figure out that there is also a blood clot in his brain.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's never good.
No. And they were able to fix it. They were able to do something that was able to, dissipate it. But he missed a ton of school. And he was still getting in his father was still being a dick. In fact, his dad was still abusing him, like beating him and abusing him while he was recovering from having a blood clot removed in his brain.
Now, do you know if his dad ever caused, like, any kind of head trauma?
No, we don't know specifically, but I would venture to guess that he probably did.
Because if somebody's recovering from a head surgery, a brain surgery, and then you're, like, kicking the shit out of them, I mean,
yeah,
you're probably going to do some damage.
Well, that's the thing, and it's like, he sounds like he's a legitimate monster. Like, yeah. He would truly, I mean, just look at, he literally stood up and punched his wife in the face so hard that her bridge flew out.
Yeah.
So it's like, he was being very violent with John.
So I wonder if he did suffer some kind of head trauma.
I would not be surprised at all.
It's too bad they never, like, were able to find out.
Yeah. And, well, the blood clot probably did something.
Yeah.
And he missed a ton of school. So he was going to different high schools trying to finish up. He ended up not being able to and dropping out before he was able to finish with his high school diploma. Aww. And this was just another reason for his father to call him stupid, because his father loved to call him stupid and dumb. And this just kind of was like his proving thing. Like, see, you're too stupid to finish high school.
It's like, no, I'm actually kind of sick, but
yeah,
I don't want to stick up for John Wayne Gacy.
No, I know.
This is
like
difficult.
Child John Wayne Gacy. So.
Yeah, we'll always stick up for the kids.
Yeah. Now, when he dropped out of high school, his father helped him buy a car so that he could get around and find a job.
Okay.
It ended up being kind of a source of contention, though, like not a nice thing, because it became a thing that his father could hold over him and kind of take power away from him again, because he's like, well, I bought this for you.
Abusers love to do that shit.
Exactly. And after a ton of fights, usually regarding the car, John left home at about 18 years old and moved to Las Vegas.
Okay.
Because he had just had enough. Now, he was already starting to become involved in politics at a pretty young age.
Mm-hmm.
He had a big interest in working for the Democratic Party. So see, I told you, John Wayne Gacy's a Democrat.
Exactly. John Wayne Gacy's a Democrat. And Ted Bundy was a Republican. All we're saying is it's pertinent information.
Everything sucks. That's what we're saying. And he started working as an assistant precinct captain for his, like, local Democratic Party.
Okay.
He was great at this. He was very smooth talker. He was very charming. People really liked him. Like, he really
sounds like Ted.
He's got a lot of these, like, little bits and pieces from other serial killers.
And that's a good quality to have if you want to be some kind of politician, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
They're typically really good at talking to people.
A lot of people said he had a very promising career in politics if he had actually, which is what they said about Ted, too.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot about, obviously, Ted, and then I've heard that a lot about Gacy.
Yeah. And again, he was great. He could hold a room's attention with ease. He was just really well liked. It's like he got out of high school and he started, like, really understanding how to, like, smooth talk people and, like, get what he wanted. And of course his father chastised him for being a Democrat.
Oh, he did?
It was just another thing that he could latch on to. It's like he could probably, if he was a Republican, his dad probably would have chastised him for that too. Like,
right.
I think it's just no matter what he did,
everything was wrong.
good enough. Yeah. So while he's in Las Vegas, he got sick, and he had gone to Las Vegas with like no money, no job. Like, he just kind of ran out there.
Yeah.
And he had to go to the hospital because he got sick. The hospital bill was apparently $36, but back then it's a lot of money.
Okay.
But John couldn't pay it because he didn't have any money or a job. But while they're trying to figure out this bill at the hospital, he ends up convincing them to give him a job driving an ambulance.
Okay.
That's how smooth talking he was. He convinced them while he's figuring out his bill to give him a job.
Wow.
A job he was not qualified for.
At all.
So he was eventually fired from this job because he didn't have a high school diploma, and that was necessary for the job.
Uh-huh.
But he had convinced them that he had all the requirements, and they were like, yeah, he
probably
does.
paid his bill off, so there you go.
So that's how charming he was. So in Las Vegas, Gacy worked for the ambulance service for a short time, but after he was fired, he ended up working at a mortuary for a little while. Like, a very short period of time.
Okay.
He was apparently, he got a job as an attendant there, and he would spend nights there a lot. And they said he would sleep on a cot outside of the embalming room.
Okay.
On one of the last nights that he worked there is reports that he fondled the corpse of a teenage boy.
Oh.
And this was when he realized that he was aroused by teenage boys.
Okay.
Yep. And
good time to start therapy.
Yeah, and that's when he didn't continue that job anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he called his mother, and he asked her if he could come home. He didn't tell her exactly why. His father said it was fine, but he said, when you get home, you have to get a job, you have to be a man, you have to do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he ended up returning home. He enrolled at a local community business college, Northwestern Business College, I think it is. And after graduating business school, he got a job working for a shoe company as a salesman. The shoe company was called Nunn Bush Shoe Company, and he excelled. He was an amazing salesman, because he had the charm, he had the smooth talking, like, he had everything you need to be a good salesman. And so he did really well there. He impressed them a lot, and he was eventually transferred to a management position at another outlet in Springfield, Illinois.
Okay.
So he moves to Springfield, and he joins the JC's organization. So the JC's is an organization that focuses like on building management training skills, allows its members to do a lot of community engagement, some networking, community service. It's for I think it's ages 18 to like 40 years old, I think it is.
Very inclusive. We love to see it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of like networking. It's a lot of just like dudes, you know, doing stuff with other dudes.
Okay.
Like doing dude things.
Just dudes being guys.
Just dudes being guys, you know. So he rose through the JC's ranks, and in April 1964, he got the title of Key Man.
Key Man?
So
Major Key.
He Major Key. So it's serious now. In 1965, he actually got the position of vice president of the JC's in the Springfield division.
Well, shit.
And later, I know, he's like...
It sounds like John really fucked his own life up.
He did. He had all the tools to be a successful person, and he chose the wrong path. He chose it. And
there's two paths in life.
He's an idiot. It makes me so... Because it's like, you look at people like this, and you're like, you're a piece of absolute garbage.
And you didn't have to be.
And you didn't have to be, but you chose to go there, and it's like, you're so gross. Because he's like he's a true pig man.
Yep.
So the same year in 1965, he got the distinguishment of being the third most outstanding JC in the state of Illinois.
I've been told that's a very huge honor.
It's a huge honor.
Huge.
Huge. And he got this honor a lot, mostly from his enrollment that he was able to gain he was able to get a lot of people to join the JC's.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you how he was able to do that in a moment.
I feel as though it's not going to be good.
No, it wasn't like he would, be like, let's go have some coffee and discuss why this is a great organization. That's not what it was.
Oh, no. Come on, man. Why you gotta do that?
So the year before all these awards were awarded in 1964, he had met his first wife, Marilyn Myers.
Oh, I didn't know he had a first wife.
Oh, he did.
News alert, bitch.
Yeah, and he met her while working at the shoe store, like managing the shoe store along with her.
Okay.
They got engaged and married in like 9 months. So it was like
bing, bang, boom.
Whirlwind romance.
Let's get it.
Marilyn's family owned a ton of Kentucky Fried Chicken franchises in Waterloo, Iowa.
Oh my God. Okay. I know where we're going.
Yeah. So when they got engaged and married, her father friend.
I was like,
friend.
what? I was like, his name is Friend?
Her father friend. No, her father Fred.
It's like, your sister friend.
Your sister friend. Your father friend. Fred offered John 3 franchises because he was like, you're a great salesman. You're a great manager. I have faith in you. So this, again, he is being handed an opportunity.
Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
So he takes this opportunity and he moves him and Marilyn to Iowa so they can manage these 3 franchises.
Mm-hmm.
They also moved into Marilyn's parents' home for free for a bit.
Dope.
So he was able to save money.
We love a rent-free situation.
Exactly. And he got very active in the Waterloo community as well and ended up getting involved with the JCs in the Waterloo, Iowa area now.
Okay.
Because he just loved it.
The JCs, am I right?
Now, in this, I did read, and this reminded me of BTK, that in the JC's organization, members can kind of like form their own committees. They can really focus on certain things that they really want to, that they think are important for like civic engagement and community stuff. John really focused on littering and like pollution as his platform.
Okay.
Which blows my mind that like it's like BTK. Like these monsters can focus on something like littering or like in BTK's case, like lawn and like pet zoning rules.
Yeah.
And focus on these they're important issues, but they're also brutally torturing and murdering people at the same time. So
it's like you're worried about littering, but you're gonna murder.
Yeah, like you want to save the planet, but you also want to like just brutally murder young boys. Like I don't understand you.
It's weird.
It's just very weird. But he definitely found himself to have a real talent for fundraising, probably due to his personality and his
good salesman ways
for that stuff. In 1967, he received the award as Outstanding Vice President of the Waterloo JCs.
Well, shite.
He also got a seat on the board of directors.
I mean, listen, dude, you're really
doing
doing
in the ranks.
Yeah.
Like, just stay on the straight and narrow.
But underneath it all, there's some weird shit already
Underneath
happening.
it all is a fucking monster.
Was that a Pink song? Underneath it all?
I have no idea.
Sorry, I went
You're
skew.
asking the wrong person.
But
there's a true, and what you'll see is that a lot of this was all well and fine, that he's doing so great and he's being successful.
But then you realize why.
It was all biding time until his real desires were pushed to the surface. He was just pushing him down. This whole time, he's just pushing down the fact that he knows he's into young boys, that he's into teenage boys. He's trying to act because remember, his father harped on him forever, that called him homophobic names, was constantly calling him a sissy, a girl, all this, like basically telling him like you're gay and blah blah blah, and that's not okay.
Right.
And I think John Wayne Gacy was at the very least bisexual.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he was definitely into dudes, young, but he was into young boys,
which is not okay.
He was also a pedophile, which I think he gets labeled a lot like a rapist and a gay serial killer and all that, like, but no, in reality he's a pedophile.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's just what he was, because these boys are young. They're not, they might not be like 5 and 6, you know what I mean?
Some of them were like as young as 12, right?
And they're just, and it's young, like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, like 15-year-olds. These are young.
Yeah,
those are little kids. So underneath all the accomplishment and success was some real shit, like just some real shit,
some real sewage.
Now the JCs in Waterloo were rife with drug use and illegal activity under the surface,
as all big organizations work.
Yeah, it's like they're never what they seem. He was in charge of recruiting members in this organization too, and like I said, he wasn't just taking them out for coffee and just explaining what a great opportunity the JCs would offer people. He did so by organizing wild parties at hotels where he would show these members, these hopeful members, stag films, so illegal porn, and organize orgies with sex workers at these parties.
Oh.
So that's what he was doing to get people to join the JCs.
That's one way to sell your cause.
It seems like it's a lot of work, and like
you could probably just go to Denny's and grab an unlimited
very
bacon
little
breakfast.
Payoff, because it's like, okay, so they join your organization. I guess it was kind of like a look how cool the JCs are kind of thing, like, hey, look, we party. And it's also a, hey, I'll tell your wife if you don't join.
Yeah,
because it's like a blackmail thing. It's like, hey, cool, we had this fun, orgy in a hotel room. I'm gonna tell your wife if you don't join the organization.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
smart. Cunningly smart.
Yep. And he got his first wife into swinging as a couple, so he was into swinging, which is
your best life.
Yeah, that's not like, I'm not like, oh
no, that's like, just a fact.
It's not my thing, but like, far be it from me to tell anybody else how to live their life.
Yeah.
But it's just part of his whole lifestyle at this point.
Right.
Marilyn and John started a family around this time because it seems like a very nurturing environment to bring children into.
Yeah, always.
Their first child was a boy in 1967, and their second one was a girl born in 1968. Gacy at this point said that he thought things were pretty perfect in his life at this moment.
Okay.
This was also, when all this was going on, this is when his father finally showed him a little respect. Like, his father was like, okay, you're married, which probably to him was like, cool, you're not gay.
Right.
Like, you're married, you have kids of your own, you have a house, you're
doing well at work.
You're doing great things in your community, you're rising the ranks, you're doing all this stuff. So I think this is the first time that he saw that his dad wasn't being like, you're a piece of shit and I hate you.
Right.
Which is really sad. But this is also when his interest in young boys started to bubble over. He couldn't hold it in anymore.
Right.
He was always around teen boys. At work and outside of work, people began to take notice because he had a lot of teen boys working at the KFCs that he was co-owning.
Right.
He also started getting he also started getting really like a big ego, and he was getting very overly confident because he was successful right now. So he's starting to get this like air of just like, I'm a big shot.
I can do anything.
Because in the JCs, he's climbing the ranks. He's getting all these awards. He's having these fucking like orgy parties.
He's the fucking
like,
colonel.
Fuck the world. I'm doing it. Like, I'm grabbing the world by the balls. So he ended up forcing everyone at his franchises to call him the Colonel.
Like, I think I just spoiler alerted that.
Yep. They had to call him the Colonel. Like, he was very serious about it.
Is that where the Colonel was born? Or did that happen before? Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know.
KFC was, like, from Colonel Sanders. Like, that's, like, it all came together.
Okay.
No, John Wayne Gacy did not.
I was like, we should let that die if that's the case.
That's hilarious that you thought that.
Your girl, okay, no. Just to like bring trash into the scene for a moment, your girl loves a good $5 fill up. I think that's what the KFC is all about. And I was gonna feel real bad about eating at a KFC if he was the OG Colonel.
You're good. He's not the OG Colonel. Colonel Sanders is the OG
I
Colonel.
knew that, but in my head I was like, who came first, the Sanders or the Gacy?
Imagine if they were still having like commercials with the Colonel and it was John
That's
Wayne
what I
Gacy.
literally was like, oh fuck, like that's a corrupt establishment.
I love that you thought that.
You know, my brain, it's not firing as well as it used to.
On all cylinders.
No, it's not. It's firing on about 3.
Now, in order to have teen boys around him all the time, he turned his basement into kind of like a bro pad. Like he was like, I want to make this a cool place. It was just kind of like, you know, he would have porn down there, and he had like a pool table, and he just made it like a bro cave.
Didn't he have like a lot of pictures of clowns too?
There's nothing. I think you're going off of the movie, and the movie was very loosely interpreted.
Gotcha.
There's nothing that says he had clown photos in his.
Gotcha.
I don't think he had any kind of
clown memorabilia,
clowns or anything.
It was just that they really like to play on that.
Yeah, and so he would he would invite teenage boys back to his place, be like, you can come down to my cool basement, we can have a beer and hang out. He would take them down there, show them porn, get them high or drunk, and then this is where he would sexually assault them.
Oh no.
Now, what's weird to me is I'm like, I had no idea that porn was like a group activity.
Typically I don't think it is.
Like, it's like all of these stories are like, and then they all went down there and watched porn together, or they had a porn party, and it's like,
I feel like that's typically a very personal thing in someone's life.
I was somewhere and someone was like, do you think like we should just like in the middle, should we all just like hang out and watch porn? I'd be like, I have
this
plans.
This is
my
that
cue
night.
To leave. Like, what are you? Like, that's
my Uber's here.
You want to watch porn, by all means, like go right ahead.
Not
like,
with me.
I get it. But I'm not going to sit next to you while you do it, and
No.
you're not going to sit next to me. This is not a thing that we're going to do together. Like, it's so weird to me.
Yeah.
So that's weird. So yeah, so he was using it as an excuse to sexually assault teen boys.
Oh man.
It came to a real head when he became very brazen about it. In August 1967, he hired a 15-year-old named Donald. I'm not going to say his last name because he's 15.
Yeah.
And he lived. So
Yeah.
I just don't.
I think
don't
that's
know.
fair.
I don't even know
idea.
if he's still alive at this point. I just don't really want to say his last name.
Yeah.
You can look it up if you want.
He was 15, so he probably is still alive now.
Well, you don't know. Maybe
That's true.
He could die from like a normal thing.
That's true. It is a pandemic.
Exactly. There was a 15-year-old named Donald. He hired him to do some jobs for him around the house. He often hired teen boys to do these kind of things, of course. And after he had him do some stuff, he lured him down to the basement of hell and fed him tons of alcohol, watched porn with him, and then sexually assaulted him like he did with a lot of boys.
Hate that.
This boy's father was in the JCs with Gacy.
No.
Yeah.
So that's brazen
That's
as
how brazen
fuck.
he was. Yeah, he's brazen as fuck. He's getting overconfident with everything. His whole life, he's feeling like he's this big colonel and everything's fucking going his way, successful and all this. So he's starting to slip up because he's getting too confident.
Yep.
This is when he went fucking ham. He just kept hiring boys, doing the same thing to them over and over. He was just sexually assaulting boys all the time.
Yeah.
He convinced some of them that he was doing it as a scientific research program. And he said he was looking for participants and he would give them $50 for each session.
What?
Yeah, that was a thing that he would do.
So he... that's...
Yeah.
Wow.
So going back to Donald, in March 1968, so very, less than a year after he had sexually assaulted Donald, Donald broke down.
Of course.
He was
assaulted.
having issues. Yeah, like since the assault, he was having issues. He couldn't hold it together, but he was trying to just pretend it didn't happen.
Donald.
He finally broke down and told his father what Gacy had done. His father, who again, remember, was in the JCs with Gacy, went to the police immediately.
Of course, good.
Another 16-year-old victim of Gacy's also went to the police at the same time and had a story of his own.
Mm-hmm.
Gacy was arrested on sodomy charges and attempted assault of the 16-year-old. He denied everything, of course.
Yeah.
He also would use the excuse that it was consensual, that these boys wanted to do these things
like,
with him.
homie, they're like 15 and 16.
It's like, bro, you're still a pedophile.
A grown-ass man.
Yeah. Gacy claimed this whole thing was just a setup because Donald's dad didn't want him to get elected president of the JCs.
Oh, so he used politics in it.
And it's like, dude, I don't think this guy is claiming that you sexually assaulted his 15-year-old son so that you don't get a stupid, worthless position in a community organization.
Right.
I'm fairly certain he's not doing that. Good try, though. Like, no one cares as much as you do. So, in order to shut this shit down, Gacy hired 18-year-old Russell Schroeder to take care of this for him. He paid Russell $300 to beat up Donald and warn him against showing up in court.
Oh my god.
So he ended up like luring Donald into the woods, like sprayed him with pepper spray and like punched him in the face.
Oh my god.
Donald got away and ran straight to the police. Russell Schroeder was picked up by the police and immediately admitted, Gacy hired me to do this. Like, just
like, why did Gacy spend a lot longer in jail than he did?
Well, and isn't it funny that that's the same thing as like John Mark Byers from the West Memphis 3? Remember when he had like two teenage boys like fight each other?
That's crazy. He's like a medley of serial killers.
He is. He's like a stew, like a serial killer stew.
Well, and if you think of it, we mentioned Dennis, fucking Dennis. He was a medley of serial killers too.
He really was.
They really are similar.
But it's funny because Dennis wanted to be
like
John
Wayne
every
Gacy
serial
didn't.
killer, and John Wayne Gacy was just like naturally. In fact, John Wayne Gacy came before most of.
I was just gonna say he came before Ted Bundy, did he?
Yeah,
right before.
So a lot of these probably took notes from him more than anything. Mm-hmm. So this other kid is like, Gacy hired me to do this. Gacy was charged with conspiracy assault on top of everything. And by the time it was over, he pled guilty to sodomy and received a 10-year prison sentence.
That's not just sodomy, though. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, and it gets worse because that 10 years is not what he served.
Yeah, I was going to say he gets out way early, right?
Yeah. And so Gacy was a model prisoner. He earned his high school diploma finally. He got a job as a head cook in the kitchen. He took everything very, in stride. He didn't get in fights. On December 27th, 1969, Gacy's father died of cirrhosis of the liver because he was an alcoholic.
Alcohol will do that to you.
The news hit Gacy, really bad. He was... Because, again, no matter how shitty he was...
to please.
All he wanted was his approval. He felt like he had just gained it. And then he probably felt like he just lost it.
Got, ripped away.
And then he dies.
Right.
The prison didn't let him attend his father's funeral, even though he was a model prisoner.
Yeah.
Now, while serving his time, Marilyn also divorced him, which, good for Marilyn.
Makes sense.
Because he was a disgusting rapist, fucking pedophile pig.
And she has 2 kids or 3 kids with him?
2 kids with him, a girl and a boy. He said, after this happened, he said that she and the kids were dead to him.
Oh.
She
like
had
they
done
did
something
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. You're the disgusting pedophile rapist, but she did something wrong by getting you away from her and her children? Oh, okay.
Because in his mind, she, walked away from him, so she was,
yeah,
some shit
apparently you're supposed to stand by your, no, fuck you. So they may not have allowed him to go to the funeral. They may not have allowed him that privilege. But for good behavior, he was rewarded. In October 1971, after completing just 2 years of his sentence, he was released and placed on probation for 12 months.
Wow. So you get a 10-year sentence, you serve 2 years, and you get a year probation.
Yeah.
So you end up serving somewhat 3 years. That's literally not half of your sentence.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
So after he left prison, he went back to Chicago and moved in with his mother because now he's divorced from Marilyn. He soon got and I guess he had to move in with his mother as part of his probation.
Oh, that makes sense because you need to check in with someone.
Supervision. He soon got a job working as a cook, and then he worked for a construction contractor. He worked really hard. He saved his money, and his mom helped him buy a home in Des Plaines, Iowa. he moved in with her again because it was part of his probation, so she moved in with him to the new house. In early February 1971, he lured a teenage boy to his home and tried to rape him.
Oh, so he's reformed, huh?
Yep, right away. The boy escaped and went to the police, and he was charged with sexual assault again, but the charges were dismissed because the kid didn't show up to court.
Because he was probably fucking terrified.
Exactly. And also, apparently, somehow this didn't get back to his probation officer.
That's the, I'm like, what? Like, you would think that's a violation. Well,
yeah,
it is.
No, apparently not. So this is when he started. This is when the killing started.
Well, and because he realizes that he can fucking get away with whatever he wants to get away with.
And I think he's seeing that he's missing something, that he's not getting the full experience that he wants to get out of just sexually assaulting and letting them go. Now, I was going to save this for this one little snippet that I'm going to say for the end of part 2, but I want to say it in both parts because I think it's important for everybody to like hear it in both parts.
Okay.
Of the 33-ish known victims of John Wayne Gacy, there are still to this day 6 that are unidentified.
Oh, wow.
They've been able to extract DNA to compare for those victims, but they need something to compare it to. So if you had a male relative or friend go missing between 1970 and 1979 in the United States, if you are directly related to this missing person by blood relationship, and if you're willing to donate a DNA sample for direct comparison to the 6 unidentified victims, you can contact the Cook County Sheriff's Department at 708-865-6244, or you can fill out a form on the website that I will put in the show notes today, because they're still actively trying to find out who these men were.
That's so crazy.
Because it's so sad. It's so sad to me.
It's horrible.
I mean, these were like teenage boys.
It's been over 40 years, like,
yeah,
for
like,
some of these people.
It's so sad. They think that these boys are probably runaways. They were probably in trouble. That might be why their parents or family don't know or didn't care to know. But it's important to try to identify them.
That's really sad.
So this is where we go to his first kill.
Great.
On January 2nd, 1972, Timothy Jack McCoy, age 16, was sleeping at a bus station in Chicago.
Okay.
He was originally called Greyhound Busboy before they identified him because it took a long time to identify these boys. Gacy strolled up to him, acted like a concerned father who wanted to help. He offered him a ride and for him to stay at his home for the night. And he said, you know what? I'll bring you back to the bus station tomorrow morning so you can catch your bus, but I just don't want you sleeping out here alone. And on the way home, he gave him a sightseeing tour of the city. Was real sweet.
And like earned this kid's trust.
Yeah. Now, he let this kid stay over that night. And Gacy says that when he woke up in the morning, the kid was standing in the door with a knife.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm so fucking sure.
Now, he said he felt threatened, so he attacked him and got the knife. But then he said he just straddled him and stabbed him to death with it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened.
Which it's like, that's a pretty big overreaction. Like, you got the knife, you don't need to stab him now. Like,
right.
If you got the knife out of his hand, why would you stab him with it? Now, he says that it was only after he left the room and looked in the kitchen that he realized that he had made a terrible mistake. He said that the kid, when he went into the kitchen to clean up the knife, he noticed eggs on the counter and bacon. And he said the kid was making me breakfast. Oh, in 2 place settings set up for breakfast.
Oh my God.
So the kid was making him a breakfast and had just absentmindedly walked into the doorway
to
holding
like wake
the kitchen
him up.
knife to wake him up for breakfast.
That just destroyed my heart.
Isn't that awful?
That's so, oh my God.
Well, Gacy about this kill said that he was, quote, totally drained because he said it didn't just take like him stabbing him. He also had like thrown him into a dresser. There was like he beat the shit out of this kid and then stabbed him to death. He said he felt, quote, totally drained. But then he said that he listened to the, quote, gurgulations that came out of him.
What?
As he was gasping for air and dying. And he said during that, he experienced the best orgasm of his life. And he said that that's, quote, "that's when I realized that death was the ultimate thrill."
I need to know what happens in somebody's brain that is so wrong that that's what happens to you.
The amount of chemical imbalance that has to be present for that to get you off.
That's terrifying.
Is so beyond my comprehension. Like, it's so beyond.
It's like out of this stratosphere. Like, what the fuck?
Like, this is a 16-year-old boy.
Who just made you... Like, I thought he was going to say he at least felt bad that he realized the kid was making him breakfast.
Nope. He just was like, whoops.
And
but then he was like, good thing I did it, because I found out.
This is what he wanted to do.
Yeah. This is when I found out that this is it.
What a horrible start.
Yeah. And Timothy was the first body put in the crawl space.
Oh, Timothy.
Now, on July 1st, 1972, Gacy got married again.
Great.
He married his high school friend, a girl named Carol Hoff.
Poor Carol.
She had just got divorced out of a bad marriage. She had 2 daughters. Moved right into Gacy's house. Carol was aware of Gacy's prison sentence.
Good.
Was aware of what it was for. I mean, I'm sure he made it seem less intense, but I mean, I'm going to go right ahead and say it. I would never in my life put my children in a house with a pedophile or somebody who went to prison for sexual assault.
Even if they convince you that it wasn't real, it's like, if there's any fucking hindrance of a question there, nope.
It's just not. Like, I'm not condemning all, felons. I'm not condemning all people who've gone to jail.
No, but a pedophile?
Because rehabilitation is 100% a thing.
Yeah.
And not everything is a violent crime or anything like that. But a pedophile or a sexual assault, a rapist.
Right.
No.
And to knowingly put your children in that danger.
Yeah, that's just something I'm not into. And it's like, when it comes to Carol, like, I look at it like BTK's wife and children. I believe they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, BTK's wife, I believe she didn't know because she didn't marry him knowing that he was something dark.
Well, and he didn't kill, like, people at home.
That's the thing. It's like, he took it elsewhere and he became a totally different person at home.
Right.
And also, they didn't go into their marriage with him being like, by the way, like, I'm a rapist. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but Carol, I'm like, honey, you knew.
Something was going on.
You were well aware of what was happening. And it's like, when she starts later smelling what is going on, because as we'll talk about in part 2, that crawl space became a source of some malodorous situation down there.
I mean, obviously, it's like, there's how many bodies down there?
And if I'm starting to smell decomposition coming out of my fucking basement and my husband is hanging out with a lot of fucking teen boys
the fucking
that are
puzzle
suddenly
pieces
going missing
together,
and had gone to prison for being a fucking rapist of teenage boys, I'm gonna put those pieces together.
Put your thinking cap on, Carol.
Yeah. It's like, you gotta at least question
Which she eventually does.
She does, but it's like, okay.
It's a little late.
Maybe don't put your kids in that situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
So only weeks after getting married to Carol, he was charged with sexual assault again.
Wow.
Of a teenage boy. He pretended to be a cop and forced this kid into his car, forced him to perform oral sex on him.
Ew.
The charges ended up being dropped. I'm not exactly sure why, but I think it was something as small as, not showing up to court or something like that. He keeps getting out of this shit.
It's like,
which
you
is
can't expect
probably
these people to show up. Like,
well, and it's feeding his like how he thinks about himself, how he's this all-powerful being that is getting away with this. Like, even when I get caught, I get away with it.
It's a superiority complex.
So Gacy later stated that the second time he committed murder was around January 1974.
Okay.
This victim is still unidentified. This is one of the unidentified ones. He was between the ages of 14 and 18 with brown hair, and he was wearing a silver ring on his finger, his ring finger, which people think maybe point to him being married.
Yeah.
So he could be on closer to the 18 side. Gacy said he strangled this boy and then threw him in his closet for a while. And then put him in the crawl space when he started to leak and smell.
Okay, so that's coming out of your fucking closet and you don't notice it? Like,
exactly.
That's
the thing. This boy was found covered and wrapped in a ton of plastic bags. Gacy later said that fluid leaked out of his mouth and nose, the boy's mouth and nose, while he was stored in the closet. And he said it stained his carpet. And he said this is why he started stuffing like rags or the victim's own underwear in their mouths and throats to stop the leaking from coming out of their mouths.
Okay, maybe just don't kill people and you won't have to deal with a stained carpet.
Yeah. I think a better solution is just to, like, you know, not do that.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Who am I to judge?
Yeah. Jesus. So this particular unidentified victim was buried about 15 feet from the barbecue pit in Gacy's backyard.
That's so fucking disgusting.
Exactly.
That's horrible.
And that barbecue pit was very active.
Yeah,
because Gacy,
he had parties all the time, right?
Loved to have parties. They had huge block parties, theme parties, like, and they would theme it out to like country western or, you know, like, just a decade parties, all this kind of craziness. So there were constantly people around his house while there were bodies rotting in his house.
Can you imagine being one of the people that was at a party and just like you didn't even know?
I can't imagine. I really can't imagine. And his neighbors really loved him. They liked him. He was a community activist still. He was still active in the Democratic Party. He was having those crazy block parties. This is when he started dressing like his alter ego, Pogo the Clown.
Okay.
He would dress up as Pogo for the parties or for children's parties and events, and he would go to children's hospitals and cheer up kids dressed as Pogo.
That's like the most wild thing to me because it's like, well, because you're like, is he doing this to cheer kids up or does he get like some kind of weird like sexual happiness from this?
That's what makes me wonder, because he wasn't a professional clown. Like, he didn't go to, because there are, clown college is a thing. You get trained to be a professional clown. Because I know it looks like it's like you can just slap makeup on you and be like, ugh.
No, it's a lot.
It's like, it's an actual thing, like talent.
My old stepdad's cousins met in clown college.
I love that.
Yeah, they were adorable.
And, well, and it's like, it really is, because you need to learn kids are very strange when it comes to what sets them off and what doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do something that you think is great and the kid will fucking be traumatized forever. It's like,
right.
So you need to learn. You're dealing with other people's kids all the time. Mm-hmm. You need to learn how to not ever scare a kid. And he wasn't a professional clown. Professional clowns are taught, for example, that sharply painted edges in clown makeup will scare kids. Mm-hmm. Like, innately, that sharp points in a makeup will make a kid not trust you. That's just something about child psychology. So that's why clowns are taught to paint in rounded, soft edges and make it appear friendlier. Everything should be rounded off. There should not be sharp edges to your clown makeup. And Gacy had sharp edges in all
like
of his
triangles.
His mouth was all sharp and freaky, and his eye makeup was sharp and at points. So it's interesting to me that like he went that route, because you think he would innately be able to look at that and be like, that's scary.
Right.
Because it looks scary.
Yeah, but if it looks fucking terrifying.
Yeah, but if he rounded the makeup off, he would see this is a friendlier face. Kids will like this more.
Maybe he did it on purpose. He was a sick bastard.
Can you imagine being a kid that was like in the hospital or had a birthday party
and had Pogo the Clown visit you?
Can you imagine today being sitting there being like, the clown at my 5th birthday party was John fucking Wayne Gacy?
That's a fun fucking icebreaker, I'll tell you that much. 2 truths and a lie, baby.
That is the first thing I would say to everyone I ever met.
Hi, I'm Alaina, and
John Wayne Gacy was the clown at my 5th birthday party. How are you?
That would make me feel vielated beyond violated.
Too. I don't.
Maybe I would. Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, I would not like it. But he's real. I mean, again, even though he's getting caught in little ways, he's still cruising and he's still doing his thing. He's still a member of, the community. He has people loving him, people trusting him, people wanting to party with him. He's part of the Democratic Party. He's doing his jobs. He's, he's really making shit happen. In that same year in 1974, he left his construction job and started his own contracting business called Painting, Decorating, and Maintenance, or PDM Contractors, Inc. Mm-hmm. This is when he was like, this is another opportunity to get what I want. Because now he's just going to hire teen boys.
Right.
And he says his claim is, I can hire these teen boys for way less money and they'll do way more work.
Do you think that he took the note from the guy that used to take him on jobs to do this?
I wonder if it's connected. In some psychological way.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't even realize that he was doing it.
Yeah, it could have been it could have been subconscious, kind of like the crawl space thing where his dad's lair was the basement that nobody was allowed to go into, and he put all his victims in his garage and in his crawl space where it was like his domains.
Criminal psychology is so like cool to look at.
It's fascinating.
Fascinating, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go more into it in part 2 for sure. But we all know he was hiring these teen boys for one reason.
Right.
He would even use the hiring process to lure boys in and assault them. And soon these assaults were almost always leading to a long and torturous death for these teen boys. I'm going to stop at this point for part 2, because part 2 we're going to go into the real meat of the situation when he really goes on a bender. He calls some of these years, the next years, his cruising years.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's just cruising around town looking for horrible things to do.
We will get into how he was caught and the crazy story of like he was under surveillance for a ton of time, and he was just not scared at all. He had 33 bodies underneath his house, and there were 2 cops sitting outside of his house at all times, and he didn't give a fuck.
Which is so wild. But it's like, I feel like that speaks to how maybe unhinged he was becoming.
Oh, yeah. He was totally unhinged. He was beyond control when it came to his desires and his compulsions.
We hate to see it.
So that is part 1 of John Wayne Gacy, and part 2 is going to get a lot rougher, I think. So hang on tight.
Good job, dude. This was a good part 1.
Yay.
Well, if you want to head on over to our Instagram and cast your guesses for who next week's guest will be, go ahead and do that
at Morbid Podcast.
You can follow us on Twitter
at A Morbid Podcast.
You can send us a Gmail with your listener tale or whatever else you want to do.
morbidpodcast@gmail.com.
You can check out our website. All of our tour dates are listed there.
morbidpodcast.com.
You can follow us on Spotify, where you can listen to us for free, whether or not you have Spotify Premium, and all you have to do is type in Morbid, a True Crime Podcast.
Do it. And
you can also donate to the Patreon if you want to hear your name called.
Patreon.com/morbidpodcast.
We hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it
weird. But not so weird that you're a mean clown and you make pointy makeup, because that's not nice.
Yeah. Pointy makeup is not nice.
It's rude. I wear pointy makeup all the time. Eyeliner so sharp, I could kill a man. Bye.
Bye.
Since my mom was diagnosed with advanced endometrial cancer, it's been hard for her. There's so much she needs to understand. What are her treatment options? How can she talk about them with her care team? Learning about an available treatment option at advancedendometrialcancer.com can help her feel ready to have an informed conversation with her doctor.
The doctor will see you now.
That's us, Mom. You too can visit advancedendometrialcancer.com and learn more about a treatment option.